Shalom, all praises to Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shah Ba Hashem, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere Akim, teaching in truth and sincerity. Lesson will be entitled, Bill Gates is afraid of the former. Lord will, you are edified. Video was inspired by an article from the platform Better America. Bill Gates warns Bill Gates warns world is going backwards. The next 5 years will be difficult. Says we must avoid a new dark ages. Bill Gates says 2025 was a wake-up call after spending decades funding global health, education, and climate initiatives through the Gates Foundation. The Microsoft co-founder watched major foreign aid contracts get cut, moves he argues could have deadly consequences for the world's most vulnerable children. And this man don't give a fuck about those kids. Gates has been sharply critical of the cost-cutting push tied to Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency. He has warned that reduced support could lead to preventable deaths, including among children, and assertion Musk publicly challenged him to substantiate. In his annual letter this year, Gates struck a tone that was both hopeful and blunt. I believe the world will keep improving, but it is harder to see that today than it has been in a long time, he wrote. What troubles him most, he says, is a reversal in a key measure of human progress, child mortality. Gates noticed that deaths among children under 5 fell rapidly for 25 years, faster than at any other point in modern history. But in 2025, he says, the trend reversed for the first time this century, rising from 4.6 million in 2024 to 4.8 million in 2025. And guess what? They are behind this incline. He attributes that increase to weaker support from richer countries to poor ones. A recent warning from the Gates Foundation's Goalkeepers report underscores that concern. According to modeling based on data from the Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, an additional 12.5 million child deaths could occur by 2045 if development assistance for health is reduced by 20% from 2024 levels. Still, Gates insists he hasn't abandoned optimism, especially because of what he believes AI can accelerate. Friends and colleagues often ask me how I stay optimistic in an era with so many challenges and so much polarization, he wrote. My answer is this: I am still an optimist because I see what innovation accelerated by AI will bring, but he also placed a time limit on that hope. The next 5 years will be difficult as we try to get back on track and work to scale up new life-saving tools. Gates wrote, adding that he doesn't believe the world will slide back into dark ages, even if the near-term path is rough. Just making sure. So the next 5 years will be difficult as we try to get back on track and work to scale up new life-saving tools, Gates wrote, adding that he doesn't believe the world will slide back into the dark ages, even if the near-term path is rough. All right. Okay, so the AI overview. And I asked, did Bill Gates say the Dark Ages? Yes, Bill Gates referenced the Dark Ages in his annual letter, stating, as hard as last year was, I don't believe we will slide back into the Dark Ages, expressing optimism for future progress despite recent challenges, according to an article from January 2026, Notes Alliance magazine. Bill Gates warns the world is going backwards and gives 5-year deadline before we enter a new dark age. All right, so the point of my lesson is who was ruling during the dark ages, right? Because the dark ages is also prophesied in the scriptures. When you go to Malachi 1 and 4, right? Whereas Edom, okay, and Edom is so-called white people based on the lineage of their fathers, and their father's lineage goes back to Esau, said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places, right? Hence the Renaissance. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. Now the border in the Hebrew is going into territory, hence Job 9 and 24. And that territory is what? The entire earth at this time frame, going back to the blessing Esau received in Genesis the 27th chapter. So the border of wickedness, the people against whom Yahweh has indignation forever. So after we went down, hence their rebirth, okay, hence the Renaissance. So they came back in power after we went down. Okay, so during the dark ages, we were ruling. Let's go to Revelation chapter Revelation 20 and 1, and I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand. And that angel is referring to Yahweh Shai, right? Verse 2, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So during this time frame, right, we had what? The Middle Ages / the Dark Ages, when Jake was ruling. And guess what? The elite of Edom, they know this, but in their school textbooks, okay, they don't acknowledge Jake for ruling, right? And they also stated that during the Dark Ages, I forgot who said it, that during this time frame, it wasn't that intellectual, okay, which further proves what? They give no props to Jake because they knew Jake was ruling. So again, and he laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. So we ruled for 1,000 years, hence the Dark Ages, and cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up. Now the bottomless pit is talking about what? Europe. Okay, because Europe is also known for what? Not having resources. And set a seal on him that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. Going back to what? Malachi 1 and 4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished during that 1,000-year time frame, but we will return and build after this 1,000-year time frame the desolate places. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. All right, so going back into till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled, and after that he must be loose a little season, and this is the little season. Going back into Malachi 1 and 4, right? We will return and build the desolate places, hence that little season. Thus said Yahweh of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness. So the Most High is going to throw down with who? Yahweh Shai. He is going to take them out of rulership. Going back into Genesis, the 3rd chapter, talking about how that serpent will receive a fucking headshot. And guess what? If a snake receives a headshot, it's over. It's over. Um, Revelation chapter 3 and verse 7, and to the angel of the church in Philadelphia write, these things said he that is holy, he that is true, he that has the key of David, he that opens and no man shuts, and shuts and no man opens. Now this is regarding the truth. Okay, so through Yahweh Shai, okay, brothers come in, brothers go out. Okay, and he has that authority from the Most High. Now, in regards to a physical kingdom or kingdoms that are played out on earth, this is Colossians 1 and verse 15. Who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature, Yahweh Shai. For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones, meaning what, rulerships, dominions, kingdoms, or dominions, or principalities. Principalities are left-handed angels or powers. All things were created by him and for him, and he is before all things, hence the term preeminence. And by him all things consist. Okay, so Yahweh Shai gives the time frame, how long a dominion will rule, and this time frame is based on the blueprint of the Most High, right? So Yahweh Shai is following the blueprint of the Most High. And there will be another so-called Dark Ages. Okay, and this time it will be forever. Because remember, Jake was ruling. So let's go to Daniel, the 7th chapter. And verse 18, but the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom through Yahweh Shai and possess the kingdom through Yahweh Shai forever, even forever and ever. And the saints are the Israelites. Okay, and let's prove that. Let's go to Psalms 147. Maybe it's Psalms 148. Psalms 148, verse 14. He also exalted the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the sons of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. So the saints are the Israelites. Okay. That's pretty much it. So there's nothing that Bill Gates can do. And this is the reason why Satan knows that he has a short time before the rulership of Yahweh Shai. Revelation 12 and 12, therefore rejoice, you heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knows that he has but a short time. And best believe Bill Gates understands who was ruling during the Dark Ages, says we must avoid a new Dark Ages. And again, Jake was ruling. And of course, his quote, he stated what? Gates wrote, adding that he doesn't believe the world will slide back into the Dark Ages. So based on the way he stated this, okay, he's saying that he doesn't believe. However, he's highly concerned because he knows what comes with that concept of the Dark Ages. And yes, we are about to rule again, and there's nothing he can do about it. It's prophesied. Okay? Lord will, this was edifying. Shalom.